Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, we got a lot to talk about on the Monday Night Football Blitz, man. Hey, Mr. Franklin, he still can't be the top 10 rival in the college football game. We'll talk about that. Hey, a football game ends in a tie. That's right, tie left you looking like, man, what is this going on, man? We'll talk about that. Jaxon Dart. Hey, man, gave my G, man. Hey, that's why the big sign in the back is lit up in big blue. Hey, got the Giants a victory yesterday. We'll talk about that. A lot to cover when it comes to the Monday Night Football Blitz. You got the Jets and the Dolphins playing on Monday night. And, hey, who knows? That game might end in the tie. This is the Monday Night Football Blitz. Let's go.
Buckle up, sports fanatics. This is the Sports Chasers Podcast, your HQ for in-depth sports talk. Join host Kevin L. Warren and crew as they dissect the hottest stories, ignite debates, and bring you closer to the action. From locker room whispers to expert takes, we cover it all. It's game time, so strap in and grab a drink. The Sports Chasers Podcast starts right now.
Hey, good evening. Happy Monday to everybody. Hope everybody's doing well on this Monday, September 29th, 2025, man. Hope all is good out there in podcast land, man. Hey, make sure you like, click, and subscribe to our channel. Make sure you hit the bells for all the notifications. And those that are listening under the sound of my voice, Apple, Spotify, whatever podcast platform, major podcast platform you're listening to, give us that 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5-star review. 5-star review helps the algorithm. Love us or hate us. Let us know how we're doing. You definitely have let us know how we're doing on social media, TikTok, YouTube. Y'all absolutely been knocking it out the park, man. We appreciate you. We appreciate the love. Like you said, love us or hate us. Let's meet the crew. D-Dubs, what's up? How are you doing tonight? Oh, he said give him a minute. Okay, maybe I should listen to the prompts. The angry one, what's up, brother? How are you tonight, sir?
What's going on? Host and moderator. Monday Night Blitz, got a lot to unpack. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go.
No doubt. The DA, what's happening, DA? How are you, sir?
Hey, man, I'm good, man. I hope everybody here is doing well. Ready to get it in, man. It's a good weekend of football.
Good weekend of football, man. So, like I said, we're going to start off with college football, which we'll tap into the NFL a little bit later, man. Like I said, we got 2 NFL games on tonight. You got the Jets and Dolphins at the 7:00 game, and I believe the Broncos. And who's the second one? Broncos. I think the I can't think of the
Broncos and Bengals.
Broncos and Bengals.
Bad game.
Should be a Thursday night game, right?
Both of them.
Man, but a lot to get in, like you said, Eric said, to get into when it comes into the world of sports. So let's just dive into the college football, the AP Top 25. That came out yesterday. Ohio State, they're number 1. Oregon is number 2. Miami is number 3. Ole Miss, number 4. Oklahoma, number 5. Texas A&M, they're 6. Penn State drops down to 7. Indiana's 8. Texas is 9. Alabama's 10. Texas Tech is 11. Georgia is 12. LSU is 13. Iowa State is 14. I lost my place right there. 15 is Tennessee. 16 is Vanderbilt. 17 is Georgia Tech. Florida State is 18. 19 is Missouri. Michigan is 20. Notre Dame, they got a victory. They're 21. Illinois, hey, they beat USC. USC had to fly all the way out to Champaign. BYU is 23. Virginia is 24. Hey, they beat Florida State. We'll talk about that in a second. And number 25 is Arizona State. So what's going on tonight? DA, anything you got with the AP?
Man, the whole thing is fucked up, man.
DA?
Sorry. Golly, gee. I apologize. Nah, I'm not, man. I'm sorry. I am. But yeah, it is that, man. So, all right. So I'll concede you Ohio State being number 1, right? I will give you that, right? So they're number 1, and we'll just okay. They're number 1. All right, I got it up in front of me now. All right, so we'll leave them at number 1, which is fine. Right, Oregon. Right, they beat a false number 3. The false number 3 was Penn State. Right, who had beat no one to be number 3, but they were number 3 anyway. Right, so you move them to 2 for beating number 3. Right, who played nobody. Bam. Miami, they're where they need to be at, right? Ole Miss, big win, right? So they had a big win, and they only move up to 4 when they played 3 ranked teams, or 2 or 3 ranked teams this year. Well, Oregon still only played 1. Oklahoma, same thing. Texas A&M, same thing. Penn State should be dropped out of the top 10 easy. Why, Kev? Why, D? Why, E? Because they didn't play anybody, and they lost to Oregon, which was number 6, but really shouldn't have been number 6 because they hadn't played anybody. You get where I'm going with this? I would have put Indiana over both of those teams. Texas over both of those teams. Alabama played and beat a ranked opponent. Texas Tech beat a ranked opponent. Right? Wasn't Georgia ranked 5 and Alabama beat them in their house?
We're going to talk about
games, man. So you moved them up 7 for that, right? LSU took an L, right, to Ole Miss, right? LSU was number 4, right? Ole Miss beat them. They were 13, and you moved them up to 4. Like, what's the rhyme? And there's no rhyme or reason to what they are doing. It's just very arbitrary. They're just putting dudes where they want to put them.
At least they're consistent with their inconsistency because they've been doing this for the last
no doubt,
2-3 years.
No doubt. Facts. No doubt. No doubt. And we still got Notre Dame at 21.
I'm glad you said that. Because that was the first thing that popped in my head.
Like I said this.
They have 2 losses already.
That's it. That would be it. If you look at everybody else here, no losses, 1 loss. And we got a team here with 2 losses.
And mind you, there is a 1-loss team up here that dropped 8 in the standings just for that 1 loss. And Notre Dame has 2.
Yeah, listen, man. Very arbitrary.
But, I digress.
Arbitrary, man. It makes no sense, Kev. You know what? If they're going to play it this way, I'm telling America right now, straight up and down. The way I see it is like this, man. We're going to play it the way you guys are playing it. If you guys treat this like crap and BS, I won't pay attention to it till the end of the year. Because evidently you're not. They don't care.
Well, then you'll be mad because they give us a sucky seating.
Well, they have to because it's been bad all year. At least my expectations will be okay. Well, they've been. This has been bad all year, so I'll okie dokie, right? I'm good. They've been trash all year. I'm fine with it. I understand now, but I'm not going to jump up and down on these ratings because they made no sense to me. And even with your brother being good enough last week to give us in our little chat what the computers had, the computers. Evidently, the prompts are wrong because you don't care about who you played, right? How are you ranking teams based upon who they played, and you have 2 teams in the top 10 that didn't play anybody? How are they ranked?
Well, that DA and also these rankings that come out week 1.
Yeah.
How are you listing guys' rankings out the gate?
Shouldn't be.
And like Oregon seemed like their seeding carried over from last year.
And the thing is this, guys.
Okay.
Right, and I'm with you on that. Like, shouldn't be doing rankings based upon how they played rather than who's on their roster, who their coach is, or how good we think they are or how much they're paying for their roster with the collective. Let that collective play out, win a game, and then I'll say you're number one. That's all.
Well, let me ask this, Kev. I know you about to jump in. I'm gonna just ask this question, and it's not to be answered, but it's just something to think about, right? And yes, I'm harping back on it. No, I'm not a Florida State fan. Let's just be clear, okay? But I'm gonna just paint a picture here, okay? Wasn't it said? I'm getting older now. I've had COVID a few times, so maybe my mind doesn't work as great as it used to. But wasn't it said that a Florida State team, even though they was undefeated, wasn't good enough because the quarterback wasn't present? Wasn't that one of the wrinkles? Yeah. Okay. Hold that thought. Right. Mm-hmm. So Oregon, who I do root for, I like Oregon. Okay.
Mighty Ducks.
My bad. Let's just stay with me. I like Oregon. However, they just lost their quarterback to the draft, Dylan Gabriel. But yet they were still in the top 5. Didn't win anything last year, but you still remain in the top 5. See where I'm going with this? This is why I try not to get upset, not like how I used to when it comes to college football, because they are consistently inconsistent. That's all I got to say about
it. We can see they're playing 3-card Monty. We're right in front of them, and they gave the card to Kev. They knocked, you know how they used to knock the whole board down? Like, oh shoot, what happened, yo? Right? The whole thing is on the ground now. You're on full nav everywhere. And then, dude come back and put the card back. And he tried to freak it, and he's gonna bend the card like he's on your side. And then there you go. What? Oh, golly gee. It's still not the card. Yeah, what did they are. Listen, man, I'm not going to pay attention to it. And I'm not going to think it makes any sense to me. Because if y'all don't care, then I don't care.
Do you care about, the coaches poll?
Same thing, because those are homeboys helping homeboys. So
the Get Along Gang Syndicate. Yeah.
The coaches poll is pretty much not different. In fact, the coaches poll, they got Penn State 6.
My question is why? That's all. I need somebody to explain to me why they're 6.
That's the coaches poll.
I'm gonna call my man from ESPN. What's the dude's name with the blonde hair that played Ohio State? I'm just gonna ask him. So because I need someone to explain to me why. I wish I knew Coach JB. Because I would ask him, why are we ranking teams that haven't played?
Played anybody. Yeah. Or played of significance. Correct.
Yeah. Because when you're already consolidating, why is it so hard to play ranked teams now? Y'all all in the same doggone conference. What the heck is the problem?
Right.
I don't know. Let's go to the games real quick. On Friday night. This is a very good game Friday night. Florida State and Virginia, man. Florida State and Virginia, they went to 2 overtimes. We'll talk about overtimes. This was Virginia's first home victory over a top team since 2005, also against FSU. Chandler Morris delivered the game-winning running touchdown for a 4-yard TD in the second OT, and later connecting on the second 2-point conversion pass to Trell Harris. Virginia jumped out early, capitalizing on 2 first-quarter takeaways to lead 14-0. Florida State battled back to lead 21-14 at the half. The game was tied at 21 at the half. This was a good back and forth game, and trap. They kept saying this was a trap game for Florida State, and as we can see, it definitely was. Go ahead, D.A. You was shaking your head.
I don't know if it was a trap game or Virginia's just a better team. They're a good team.
Yeah, there's a lot of good teams in the ACC.
Yeah, I mean, now maybe they were. Yeah, they were looking ahead for Miami. Well, I guess they won't do that anymore.
That's on them.
But the reality is that Virginia played them from the beginning of the game to the end of the game, and Virginia won the game, and it's not like Virginia hasn't won other good games, big games this season. And, we'll see, what this game means to their season. So if, say, for instance, Florida State knocks off Miami next week, then it's a good win. If not, I think there are probably two teams that are probably evenly matched. Florida State back on the come up from a down year last year. They're always going to recruit over Virginia, right? But Virginia came in there, the Syracuses of the world, and they're playing their butts off. So we'll take it. We'll take it. But just know that Florida State will always have better players than Virginia for the most part. So it's a good win for Virginia. I think they should be really proud of themselves.
Yeah, shout out to them. Eric, you had something else? Go ahead.
No, I was just basically, DA already said it. Sometimes, but I will say this, sometimes having the best players doesn't mean that you're going to get the results that you're seeking. You still have to play the game, as the saying says. You still got to play the game every Saturday, every Sunday, and it doesn't matter if you have the best team or not. The best team on that said day will win. So shout out to Virginia, and good win for them.
You can't be looking past opponents, looking to another opponent. Every opponent you must take seriously, I would hope. So I don't know if that was the case, but Virginia, good win by Virginia. Good win for the ACC, and like you said, the ACC's got a couple good teams in their conference, man, that can play football. So shout out to them, man. I mean, it's not on the rundown. I mean, look what Duke did to Syracuse.
Yeah, Duke put in
total dominance by Duke. It's not on the rundown, but what was the score? 38-6. I beat they beat Syracuse, Fran Brown and them. Shout out to Duke,
in
man.
Syracuse.
In Syracuse, they don't. So
38-3.
Yeah, so they didn't score a touchdown, man. So shout out to them. Let me go to the next game real quick. Alabama 24-21. They played in Athens. Ty Simpson passed for 276 yards, 2 TDs, and also rushed for a touchdown. A strong third down play. Alabama converted 12 of 19. Georgia just managed 2 of 8 third down plays. A critical defensive play. Overton stopped Georgia's 4th and 1. You saw that one. That was crazy, man. From the Alabama 8th in the 4th quarter. Late game clock counter after forcing Georgia to punt. Alabama held the ball for the final 3:19 to take the game. So, DA, your thoughts on Georgia and Alabama? Alabama,
they both played good, a pretty good game, I'd say. Georgia doesn't have a quarterback. Like, I'm not saying he's bad, but he's brand new. I think he played the end of last year when the guy that's in Miami now was their quarterback, and he got hurt at the end of the season. The quarterback they have now came in, and I think he might have been, if not a redshirt freshman, a true freshman. So he's still a baby, or he's, of course, a transfer from somewhere else, which I'm not 100% sure. But that said, he's not 100% there yet as a quarterback. Everybody can see that. Alabama's quarterback, he's not a freshman, but he's brand new as a starting quarterback there as well this year. So I think the rest of Alabama's team, they were really, I would say, a lot more physical than Georgia at the line of scrimmage, which, kind of got me. So that means either Tennessee's offensive line is real bad or, but yeah, so it was a good game. They were more physical. The quarterback made some timely throws. They were consistent in running the ball. Didn't get a whole bunch of crazy plays, but they didn't stop running. And I was really happy about that they kept at it, which kept Georgia up so they could get those passes off. So it's a good game for Alabama and a good win for them. And, again, this is kind of what you want to see from every conference. And I'm not just talking about the SEC, ACC, good games. And this will bode well for them at the end of the year. So both of those conferences. Now, again, I don't want to harp on it, but I just want to say it now. So it's on Twin Box. we'll see how at the end of the season that committee looks upon hard games during the season. That is all.
We'll see. We shall see. Yeah, you're right, E. I mean, excuse me, D. So yeah, Georgia doesn't look so invincible at home. Let me ask you this real quick: is this some kind of momentum shift in the SEC?
Nope.
I would agree.
I think this is just what hard comp is going to be, man. And Georgia's a young team essentially. Like you talking about 4 or 5 years of them having dominant defenses. Like their whole defense won the NFL Super Bowl last year with Philly. So come on, man. Like it's you got to replace. That's all, and it takes time. And maybe you're not going to get all those players some years, but they'll be back based upon what I saw and what I see of Georgia high school football. They'll be back next year.
Gotcha. Let me move on to the other prime time game on Saturday night. I don't even know where to start here, but I'll just start here. Penn State. They had the whiteout and they got wiped out 30-24 in double overtime. Oregon defeated Penn State. The game played at Beaver Stadium.
That was a good one. That was a good one, kid.
Game played at Beaver Stadium. Very hostile environment. They had 111,015 fans in attendance that night. Pivotal moment in the second overtime. Dylan Thimmerman intercepted Drew Aller's pass, sealing the win for Oregon. Oregon had attempted a 2-point conversion, but the defense tipped the pass, prevented the conversion. Recovery, Oregon's path. Oregon improved to 5-0, 2-0 in the Big Ten play, and held a long regular season win streak. They leveraged a death by 1,000 cuts, mentally inching away, but via small plays. Then they capitalized late. Their defense was stout. They bottled up Penn State's rushing attack and held them to only 144 rushing yards in total. Quarterback Dante Moore had a near flawless performance. He was 29-39, 248 for 3 TDs. He did not throw the ball to the other team. Penn State's shortcomings. They offense struggled early. It was on 189 yards, total yards until late in the game. Aller's final interception OT proved fatal. Throw the ball to the other team, and here's this vying stat here. Since James Franklin's tenure began, Penn State is now a record 4-21 against Associated Press top 10 teams. If those that don't know, that's the AP top 10 teams. I'll give it to the DA.
That dude's not good. Dude's not good with offense, man. Like, listen, the reason why they had them ranked so high this year is because Drew Aller's coming back. That boy's dope like Jay-Z, son. Yep, here you go.
Throw your wrist up.
This dude, I don't know what James Franklin got going on. Kirk Franklin got going on out there in the White House. I'm not sure what's going on out there, but his offense is never right.
He ain't stomping, is he? Stomp.
Oh, he got stomped. He got stomped.
Franklin.
He got stomped. And he always gets, like I said, man, I cannot cry for Argentina, man, when I know Penn State is getting Northeast, probably the top class in the Northeast by far. They're getting the dudes they want. And now you can't run the ball?
So you saying the pipeline is good going that way?
Pipeline is there.
Mm-hmm.
Pipeline is there, sir. It's been there. Now, yeah, it's not going to be better than Ohio State.
Okay.
But you had a quarterback this year. It's supposed to be the best quarterback in the conference. So that was going to make up for any other shortcomings that you had. And here you go. You get to the end and you fumble the bag again for year number 16. Dude, I'm not saying I want you out of the job, and that's for sure I'm not saying that, because I never want anybody out of a job. But what I am saying is, what are we getting for this money? That's my thing. What are we getting for the bread? That's all. Above the table and under the table. So back in the days, under the table bread, and now above the table bread. I don't even want to go into how much their collective is spending for those kids. So,
but 4-21, man, that is
not good.
Yeah, that's what did D Dub always say? The ROI.
Yeah,
return on investment.
Return on investment is bad. Bad. Like Michael Jackson bad. Who's bad?
Go ahead, E.
To be honest, Penn State should have won this game.
Yes, sir.
If Penn State would have played Penn State offense. As you can see, we don't know what that is, but I will tell it for anybody that has watched college football over the years. Penn State is a bruising run-first team, and because of the quarterback that they have and the name that he has, they try to be something other than that. And I don't know what his name is at 13 for 24 for 132, 2 touchdowns and 1 pick. I don't know what his name is. It's sure enough ain't Heisman Trophy winner. I can tell you that. But I will say in that fourth quarter, Oregon had a lot of issues in the trenches when Penn State was driving.
Right.
A lot of issues. Oregon, even though I like them, they are light in the ass when it comes to trench work on both sides. More so on offense and defense, but Penn State, they had their chances, man. So I mean, even though we talk about their records or whatever, that interception did them in, and honestly, again, this is the game that they should have won. But here we are.
Gotcha, D Dubs.
Yeah, you guys can hear me good?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Penn State, I don't know, man. Shout outs to what's the coach of Oregon? What's it, Landon? What's his name?
Landing.
Gee whiz.
Landing.
That quick.
Yeah, Landing.
For Oregon. Anyway.
Yeah.
He had them. Listen, man. Oregon's usually what you call them?
High power.
Regular season team. You know what I'm saying? Pretty good during the regular seasons. I kind of picked them. I said, I think they might take them, take Penn State out, and I was kind of shocked that they actually did it. So, but Penn State, like he said, probably should have won the game, man. But you can't do what we always say, and shoot yourself in the foot.
Definitely.
And just my prediction, I got Indiana beating Oregon on the 11th. Want to know why?
Why?
It goes back to what Eric says. They're light in the caboose on the line, and Indiana runs the rock. And they will continue to run the rock until you stop them from running the rock. So we'll see. But I can see them taking them to the woodshed. We'll see what happens. But, Oregon has always been a team that has athletes on the outside. They'll have 1 or 2 great offensive linemen here and there. Penn Sewell, like they had Thibodeau on the defensive line. They're never known for having great defensive linemen. Thibodeau may be the last guy of note that I can remember as a D lineman coming out of there. Never a D tackle. I don't know any D tackles that I can remember. I'm sure they've had. I just don't remember them. So teams that have run the ball are probably going to smash them to smithereens like a cartoon.
Yep. So we'll go on to the next game, and this is where I had DA and when laughing. Well, not laughing. He said he just didn't want to hear it, but when the Pac-10 folded and all the Pac-10 teams went to the Big Ten, I was telling DA how I heard some of the guys saying early on some of the college football shows on Saturday morning, USC, they got to travel all the way east. I said, well, I mean, y'all kind of knew this when this was going to be, right? You know, these 12 o'clock games out.
They signed up for
these 12 o'clock games were going to be 9 o'clock games back out west, a.m.
Indeed.
So, you know, time didn't change. They can, you know, let me just go to it. Illinois, they defeated USC 34-32. I actually watched this game. This game was pretty good. David Alano hit a 41-yard field goal as time expired to seal the victory. Illinois' quarterback heroics. Luke Altamont went 20 for 26 for 328 yards with 2 passing TDs. He added a rushing score and caught a touchdown pass. That was pretty dope what he did, too. USC's fierce comeback trailing late. USC's Jaden Mavia threw a 16-yard TD to Mikael Lemon with 1:55 left to take the lead back and forth quarter. It was a back and forth. Illinois held a lead to 31-7 going into the quarter number 4. USC rallied to take the lead 32-31 before the Alumni drove 51 yards in 8 plays to get Alumni's game winner. The Alumni had 502 total yards, 171 yards rushing, 331 yards passing. USC 49 total yards, 126 rushing, 364 passing. As you can see, if you watch this game, defense was kind of an option, I guess. Both teams.
It
was an option. Both teams committed 2 turnovers. I liked how the Alumni played, man. I like how they played them, and I don't want to hear the poo-pooing about, you know, hey, they got to go out, you know. So do you need to make a Big Ten West? I don't know, but this is what it is, and this is what it is. I don't want to hear nothing. Go ahead, D.A.
That's what. And Oregon went and they won and they played.
Yeah.
They did what they did. That's that.
Exactly.
You know, other side of it is this, man. Lincoln Riley, maybe he's not the wonder kid because he still hasn't figured out how to get defense to be a part of anything he does. So, you know, if you look at the Illini, dude was 21 for 26, man. All right. And they ran the heck out the ball.
Right down
the
middle.
Yeah. So this strategy is not like some stuff that someone made up in the lab. Be efficient, play hard. Golly gee, if Illinois played a little defense and made a tackle here and there, you know, and it would be a lot. That game would have been way out of reach.
Yeah.
So, you know, it is what it is because they were up big.
Correct.
If they just would have played some defense, they could have mailed in the fourth quarter and still had it, you know, and won the game by 10 or something like that. So they just didn't play at all, man. Which is like I don't even understand that, man. You know, like that non-defense thing is weird to me. So it is what it is. God bless them.
Gotcha. Yeah, I agree, D.A. That game was definitely had its ebbs and flows, and yeah, if the Alumni played any kind of defense, game would have been toasted already, man. My last college football game, D.A., your thoughts just real quick on LSU and Ole Miss as Ole Miss got the victory.
Old Laney, boy, that offense, he's going to pull some tricks on you, baby. You know? Hey, I'm happy for Laney, man. That's probably the highest Ole Miss has been for years.
They're number 13 now. Yep. Beating number 4.
Yeah, they're no, ain't they number 4 now? Did they move them up to 4?
Oh,
yeah,
no.
Ole Miss got moved up to 4.
Yeah, Ole Miss is number 4. Excuse me. Yes, they are. Sorry. Mm-hmm.
I don't remember them being this high in a long time. And that defense is not really that good. But they played well enough. LSU, on the other hand, played a good game too. I think Nussmeier's a good quarterback. They got good receivers. The defense is sure enough not what it used to be, especially that secondary. We'll see what happens. But I told you who's losing the job, right? I told you they don't play that mess out there in Louisiana, man. Mr. Kelly gonna be like R. Kelly soon. He's gonna be out of job. So
LSU Brian Kelly called for more consistency and better offensive play across the board. Nussmeier said dealing with the past injuries expressed frustration and a resolve to bounce back. Chambliss now with the elevated tension remained grounded. I'm the same guy, a hard worker, just want to play football and have fun. So, DA, to your point, he said, Mr. Kelly, Brian Kelly, with his southern drawl. You say you just need better offense, and we need better across the board there.
That is not going to make it. Him patronizing them people down there, not good.
Definitely not good. Definitely not good. What other one thing I wanted to say? Real quick. BYU, they edged out Colorado 24-21. DA, real quick. What do you say about people saying that, that Colorado, they haven't beat anything or they haven't beat anybody?
They are still young. He's only been there 2 years. It's teams don't beat programs. BYU is a program. They've been good since I was a kid. Right. Colorado's been good in spurts, a year or two there, a year or two there. They don't have the pipeline. They don't have listen, they're just not ready yet. They'll get there, or they won't. But they're not ready to beat a team like BYU on a consistent basis. Game to game, they might get one here and there, but they're not in the league of a BYU at this point in time.
As we turn to the pros, and I looked at my TV, the Jets look like they fumbled on the goal line there. I don't know if they got a recovery.
There you go.
Jets have been fumbling for a long time now, not just in this game.
Yeah. Let me go to the pros here. The NFL, man. The NFL. Hey, they go to good old Ireland there, across the pond to Dublin.
They get jumped by the Decepticons.
I didn't know we had to have a police blotter there.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, obviously one of the Vikings. I forgot one of them. He got mugged or robbed. I think Saturday night or Friday night when he got there or whatever. But nonetheless, it looks like everybody's okay. Anyway, the Steelers wound up beating the Vikings 24-21 in Dublin, their first regular season game in Ireland, as the NFL wants to expand even more. Pittsburgh improves to 3-1 going into their bye week. Minnesota falls to 2-2. Aaron Rodgers, relatively new to Pittsburgh, leaned into the Rooney family's Irish ties, calling this a little more meaningful for that connection. He says Rodgers secured his first international win as a Steeler. I didn't know he was counting that, but I guess so. Kenneth Gainwell exploded 99 rushing yards and 2 rushing TDs for the Steelers. Rodgers hit DK Metcalf for an 80-yard touchdown to extend the lead. Minnesota's Carson Wentz went 30 for 46. Wow, that's a lot to be throwing for Carson. Get the Wentz bag for 350 yards, 2 TDs, and he also threw the ball 2 times to the other team. TJ Watt intercepted Wentz, tipped by Cam Hayward, set up a Steelers scoring drive. Minnesota run game was stifled, allowing Pittsburgh to lean more heavily on the pass rush. The Steelers got 6 sacks on Wentz, so I'll give it to D-Dubs. D-Dubs, your thoughts on the Steelers and the Vikings?
I thought it was at first it started off pretty decent, but Pittsburgh leaned into their, how you say it, more of their defense, and they've been picking off the ball, getting turnovers, and they leaned into that, and then along with Aaron Rodgers, with him and DK Metcalf had seemed to build a little pretty good relationship here. So and Steelers pretty much pulled away. Minnesota, I don't know, with your man Carson Wentz turned, what can you say, man? He looked like Carson Wentz, man. You know what I'm saying?
Rich.
So yeah.
He's rich.
After our performance from last week they threw up 47 points, and I don't think by his doing. I think homeboy McCarthy, was it not McCarthy? It's McCarthy. Yeah, he got hurt. So it is what it is, and I thought Minnesota was going pull it off, but it wasn't meant to be. And kudos to Pittsburgh. I mean, the real question now is Pittsburgh the best team in that AFC? Because you look at the rest of the teams, and we'll discuss the rest of the teams. But Kansas City, they went up to 2-2, and
they beat a bad Baltimore defense.
Baltimore's not the same.
Oh yeah, we gonna talk about that.
We'll talk about that.
Lord have
Baltimore
mercy.
looks like so. The one is but do you really trust this Steelers team with with Aaron Rodgers leading the helm? Right now they look good. And the season's still young, week 4.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it's a filling out process, man. It's like a heavyweight matchup, man. So first 2, 3, 4, 4 rounds. We still trying to figure out who these teams really are. Because right now there's a lot of imposters running around. So
yeah, definitely a lot of imposters. Go ahead, E. Your thoughts on Minnesota and the Steelers?
I will piggyback on D-Dubs. We don't know what the Steelers are as of yet, but at least they are giving themselves some wiggle room to fumble and stumble and find out about themselves. One thing about Aaron Rodgers, seems like he wants to be a Steeler, and he's playing as such. And with the group of veterans that he has, which he did not have in New York on offense, I don't see him turning the ball over a whole lot because he's really not asked to do a whole lot. But they ran the ball 29 times for 131 yards. That's the Pittsburgh way. Ground and pound, get some play action going. You got Metcalf on the outside. He can make some things happen. And then you give it over to your defense to stifle the opposing team, man. That's Pittsburgh football right there. Reason why I picked Pittsburgh is because I don't believe in Minnesota. Not this year. Not with Carson Wentz with the keys. No, I'm sorry. Like you said, D-Dubs last week, they put up 40-some points. Wasn't all by his doing. And now when you meet a team that plays some defense, you see what – yeah, you ran up and down the field. He had 350 yards passing, but you turned the ball over. You got sacked 6 times. Why? Because you couldn't run the ball. And we all know Carson Wentz is brittle as peanut brittle. So good luck with that moving forward.
Brittle.
But yeah, it was a good win for Pittsburgh out in the far east.
Yeah, and they keep on moving on. What are they, 3-1 now, Pittsburgh?
Win the games you're supposed to win. Win the games you're supposed to win.
Winning the games they win supposed to win. And so far they're going to end up separating themselves. And with a 3-1 record, that's good. So they got a good head start right now. And with the looking at, well, we'll see Cincinnati here in about 15 minutes here. 15 what they gonna look like, about 30 minutes. And
the next 4 games, Pittsburgh has Cleveland, at Cincinnati, home for Green Bay, and home for your man Danny Jones and Indianapolis Colts. So it's not going to be easy these next 4 games, man. You say what you want about Cleveland, but that defense is still solid, and it's a divisional game, so you know how that goes.
But they could come out of this winning 4-0.
They could, and with that, if they are, then I would have to give them the head of the AFC.
Yeah,
7-1.
Oof.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Because again, you got we're gonna talk, but I'm just saying, man, that whole Baltimore situation down there, that's unacceptable. I'm sorry, it's unacceptable.
You know what, fellas? I am not going to say that anymore. You know why? Me and Kev talked about this earlier, and I'm just going to give you this is my simple math, and I can't count past 3, but if your salary cap is $200 million, and you're giving the quarterback $50 million of that 200. That's 1/4 of your salary to one guy, and you have to pay everybody else for what's left over. Yes, I'm not giving any passes, D, because I know you.
I was about to say, it sounds like a pass.
No, it ain't.
Go ahead.
But you gave, in this case, Lamar the money, Joe Burrow the money, So your expectations for defense.
I'm not going with the. I'm
No,
sorry.
no. Get what I'm saying, though. I'm not giving them no props. The defense is bad.
Okay.
But it's going. I think everybody's defense is going to be bad if you're paying the QB all of the money for the rest of the team. Now, there's some effort things, and there may be some scheming things, because what's going on in Baltimore
and some coaching things.
Yeah, coaching things. That is unacceptable.
That's where I'm at.
Play that bad. To play that bad. But I'm telling you, it has to be a base somewhere. But you not being able to get no talent because you ain't got no money.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? And it's not my listen, it ain't my fault. It ain't listen, what we always say, it's not my job to balance the books of the team. They have to do what they need to do to win. Right? But I'm just saying,
absolutely.
I just say that to say it ain't for the defense's sake, and it's not for this argument's sake. It's just my forward argument that I always say this to Kev, that quarterbacks need to have their own salary cap, and then the rest of the team can maybe be okay. Because every team that's paying $50 million for their quarterback is going to lose.
Well, I will just say that, and I agree. I agree with you wholeheartedly, DA, because I've been echoing the same thing. But in Kansas City, they paying that quarterback a mighty lot of money, and they still seem to get to the Super Bowl. Now, yeah, they got smashed up last year, but they still seem to be in the conversation every year, and they paying him upwards of 40, 50 million.
Well, his contract is back loaded, so I think you're only getting like really 30. He's supposed to get the rest on the end, that $500 million, whatever it is. But yeah, I got you.
Gotcha. The Steelers, very interesting what the Steelers are doing over there, and hey, you're Steelers fans, y'all still don't want to get rid of, y'all don't want to get rid of Tomlin, right? Okay. Well, I'm not a Steelers fan, but I'll let them answer that question. Let me move on to my team, the New York Giants, the New York Football Giants. Sometimes a rookie steps in and changes the narrative overnight. Jaxon Dart. That's what happened yesterday. The Giants beat the the Los Angeles Chargers 21-18. Jaxon Dart and his first NFL start throws a touchdown and scrambles for another to lead to New York upset over the at the time the undefeated Chargers. Injury cloud. One of the things that's really sucked yesterday was Malik Neighbors. He got carted off the field with an apparent knee injury, and it was confirmed it was an torn ACL. The Chargers, they got Herbert. He threw the ball to the other team. He threw it to the Giants twice yesterday. Late game, they stalled, and the Giants, for the first time this year, the Giants defense is as advertised. They was pressuring Herbert, to me, in my opinion, and they was getting after the quarterback and just doing their thing. Omari Hampton, Chargers rookie, he ripped off a 54. He rushed pretty good yesterday. I would say that might be a Giants issue. Their run attack, their run defense. Dart stat line: he was a pedestrian, 13 for 20, 111 yards passing, 1 TD, 10 rushes for 54 yards, 1 rushing TD. He didn't throw the ball to the other team. Giants defense: Brian Burns sacked Herbert late to force a punt. And the Giants outgained the Chargers 338 to 250 total yards. I would just say this. I think the Giants, the coaching staff, the offensive coordinator and all that stuff, hey, man, they put the young dude in a very, very good light, so to speak, with offensive packages and all that stuff. Kind of simplified things and made him give us some stuff, and you saw it out there. You saw he had some energy. And Cam Scatterbull, man, that is my guy right there. That is a football player. Oh my goodness, man. He just goes hard every down, man. And he's just at it, man. He's just at it. Go ahead, D-Dubs. I know you want to get in here.
No, I'm just saying he's definitely a throwback player, man. He just got that old school feel, just want to go attack. He goes on the attack instead of looking like he's playing on defense, and he's going to attack you, not waiting for the defense to attack him. But Giants played well, man. They played well. Gotta give it to them. The offense, they kept it real basic, I think, for Jaxon. You know what I'm saying? You see the ball, hit the ball. If there's an alleyway for you to go, you take it. You run.
Right.
And he did that. And he had a chance to throw the ball a couple times. One sailed over. I think that was in the second quarter. Tried to hit Darius Lee in the end zone, but overthrew him. But other than that, yeah, like you say, kid had energy. He was ready to go. He wasn't. It didn't seem like he was. The moment was too big for him. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely was. He played well, and shout outs to the defense. Defense did their job. Drew Phillips finally he got one, picked one off. Dexter Lawrence also with the pick, and rumbling and stumbling down got close to the end zone. And Giants defense again. I think that's what they're gonna have to do moving forward is get ahead. If they can get ahead, let the defense play do their thing. Even though sometimes I thought they try to give the game away, but they stay focused and play calling. It's gonna have to they're gonna have to definitely get better. They got the Saints, I believe, this week coming up, week 5.
Yep. Travel down to the Big Easy.
Yeah, let's see if we could get 2 wins out the deal. So and then they got Philadelphia. So they don't get a little. I mean, there's no. I'm not even going to say easy game because at any week you could get had, and especially in the NFL, you could get got at any week. Just ask Washington. Washington got. I'm sure Washington thought they was going to beat Atlanta, and Atlanta caught them. So shout outs to it's a good start for the kids. So we'll see.
Shout out to Dan. Dan, you're absolutely right. Dart's legs, yeah, he made a difference, man. Definitely than what Russell was doing, and like you said, energy was there, and I just love it. Real quick thing. Is it the Meadowlands turf that's ripping up these? I sent you 2 guys something this morning.
Hey,
is it just a freak thing, or I mean?
Man, we've been hearing about turf, this stuff for years, man. They, what I'm saying, one could say I think OBJ tore his on turf. So I mean, cats, they do it, man. They've been talking about it for years, and I don't want to really hear nothing because y'all told me player safety and all this other stuff. So, I can't really speak on it, man. I don't know if it's, you want to say turf, grass. We know all these years we've been complaining about the same thing. So I'll give it to the DA. That DA might know.
No, it's just soft tissue injuries. Guys are spun up a little bit too much as far as. I guess that's it. There's really no rhyme or reason as to why these guys are getting so many soft tissue injuries.
Right.
I can't say, Rhonda says, what's up, world? I can't say it's the turf because they redid the turf. The turf is not bad. I don't know if it's stretching. I don't know what it is, man. It's just something that happens to athletes. And I can't tell you more practices would mean that it wouldn't happen or less practices. None of those things are irrelevant to this issue per se. I'm sorry it happened, but it is what it is. Jaxon Dart played well. You guys coached. Every time it was third down and something,
yes,
you could run, right? And you can get and I'm like, it's just so weird to me that this is not even a thing, right? If it's third and something and you have a running guy, make your guy a weapon. He doesn't have to run it, but you have to make yourself a weapon. And that's what they did. I saw at least 4 or 5 times it was third and something, he picked up the first.
Yes.
All right? Mm-hmm. And, I'm taking all credit for Scatterboo because I told y'all last year at Arizona State when they were playing in college that this kid was the truth, the absolute truth.
They played that game. What was that game they played against?
They played Texas, man.
Texas, yes.
He won the game by himself. He's a monster. I wanted my Niners to get him, but I figured he wasn't going to be there. So it is what it is. Hey, this is a good move. good thing for the Giants. Your inside running game is going to be bad. So until you guys can get some defensive tackles in there that can stop the run, it's going to be a problem. So, but young team, still moving forward, man. Get 1-2 guys this year, next year. It can turn into something, man, by the end of next season. So
I'll go to D-Dubs. D-Dubs, does this quiet all the noise in the New York?
Hell no. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
Is Daryl frozen? D-Dubs, is he frozen? Can you hear me?
It looked like he frozen.
Wait, I missed that. What was that?
Oh, there you go.
I said, does this
they're
quiet?
still going to fire him, man.
I can hear you.
I said, does this quiet all the noise for the Giants and their hierarchy?
No, it's not going. I mean, it depends. If they rip off a good chunk, it might quiet the noise. But we still, again, it's still early. He's going to have to, they're going to have to get it together, man. So we'll see. But like I said earlier, it's kind of hard, man. I mean, I know emotionally for fans, we'd be like, yo, let's get him out of here, da 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 da. But at the same time, you're going to want to, you're going to have your coach and the quarterback and everybody be on the same page, and you're going to have to build him up. So I don't know if it's necessarily you want to get rid of the guy. So you might want to have to, you might want to look at everything else around him to get better.
And I think now, just on a baseball note, I think the Mets have taken away the back page from everybody. So Dabo and company, y'all just keep winning, man. Because the Mets,
yeah, man, you get a second game. Yeah, you're quiet it down. We're not expecting you. We keep the expectations low. So we're not expecting you to beat the Eagles. We're not expecting you to whoever else is on. My expectation is relatively low. It is. We got a rookie quarterback, and we want the rookie to get better. And we're gonna have to. I think we're gonna have the mindset from that to be able to build this team and build it correctly, and not jump out the window every time something goes wrong.
And be competitive. E, you got something before we move on to the next game?
No, to answer that question though, even though it wasn't for me, no, it doesn't quiet the noise. But this is just one game. Okay. Let's see what happens with the rest of the year. Like me and D was having discussions about it, and I was like, well, you got to give Dable a chance now because this is his guy. Okay, Danny Jones was not somebody that he picked. Let the man run the show with his guy. Let him build him up and see what you get out of it. So it's only fair. You can't blow it up now. I mean, you can because people have done other shit, but it wouldn't be wise. Okay, let's see how the team rallies around this kid and this coaching, and now the defense now is seeing like, besides the run defense, it seems like they are up to the task. So let's see what happens moving forward. And like Kev said, we're not expecting, and like the Giants fan up here said, not expecting wins in Philadelphia and against these other teams. But you know what we want? You know what any fan wants? We want you to compete. That's all. Give it your all. That's all anybody wants. That's
and then you also got to understand too, man. Yo, we lost our number one weapon, Neighbors too. So it's you got to give these guys. You got to kind of give these guys some grace, man. You know what I'm saying, man? He's like, got to kind of be easy a little bit, man. That's just me. I'm going to take that route, but I was okay with this change. I knew the change had to happen, and we have to know what's going to be down the road. We got to know what type of quarterback we're going to have in the future. We can't keep on. I love Jameis too, but we're going to have to know what we got down the line. That's all I can say.
Yeah, Jameis is not the future, right? Jameis is just a stopgap, and just in case, break glass, just in case of emergency. And he's there. And Russell, for whatever reason, maybe they'll fill some calls and somebody else will take him, like the Bengals or somebody. Maybe he'll move on.
Yeah, I mean, he's still serviceable for somebody if you don't want your year to go down the toilet. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Right now, Cincinnati, you might want to be knocking the Raiders. Y'all might want to knock. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? They probably won't because Geno over there. So, but
Raiders.
I think Geno, Geno's we'll talk about him later.
Yeah, the Raiders. Let me move on, man. The Eagles, they improved to 4-0. The Eagles are 4-0. They defeated the Buccaneers, Tampa Bay, down in Tampa, 31-25. Saquon Barkley scored on a fake. If you didn't see it, it was kind of a fake tush push. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, that was kind of cool. Special teams made a huge impact. A punt block and a scoop and score early set the tone. They blocked another kick. The Eagles, Tampa Bay countered. Baker Mayfield hit 77 and a 72-yard TD pass. If you didn't see it, it was kind of dope. Kicker Chase McLaughlin drilled a 65-yard field goal, man. The field goal kickers keep on kicking these field goals longer and longer. Longest in outdoor stadium history. But late in the game, with under 2 minutes left, Tampa Bay had a chance at Philadelphia's 40, but Mayfield was sacked and failed to convert on the fourth down. The Eagles sealed it when their own punter was flagged for a safety by running out of bounds, and that pretty much ended the game, man. I'll give it to E. Your thoughts on the Eagles and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the world champ Eagles, 4-0.
I will say this. It looked like the Eagles was going to run away with this in the first half. So I really didn't look at the early part of the third. But then Tampa rallied. It seemed like the Eagles defense was kind of stagnated here and there. And I'm going to just say this, man. Tampa had their chances. They had their chances to really put the world on notice that they are here and they're here to stay. Baker played well, and then he didn't with that interception in the fourth quarter. So, man, you can't, like we talk about this every week, right? If you throw more than 35, 40 attempts, chances are you're playing from behind and your offense is not balanced. And when your offense is not balanced, especially against a team like the Eagles, it's usually not going to play into your it's not going to play into your hands well. So Jalen did what Jalen does. Nothing flashy in the stat line or whatever. He just goes out there and tries to move the chains as much as possible. And, man, it's the Eagles, man. I mean, this is the championship formula that people talk about, man. They find ways to win. When they seem to be dead in the water or they seem like momentum is all lost, they find a way to get it back and they pull it out. So shout out to the Eagles. They're moving right along. They've had some tests here and there these last few weeks, but they had a chance for a reason.
Chance for a reason. Ryan,
well,
go ahead, Ryan.
What's up, fellas? What was crazy about that?
What's going on, Ryan?
What's up, fellas? What's up, man? What was crazy about that game was he had no completions in the second half. Jalen Hurts.
Yes.
Crazy. Like, I mean, that's insane. Like 0 completions. So they just get a lead, man, and they just play methodical and they play conservative, but it's effective. They're winning, right? But they always say, star players, they like to win, but they like to win with them doing something. And I don't know how long this this Brown thing is gonna last, man, to be honest with you. Because I mean, they have all the talent to be explosive.
It started already.
Yeah, I mean, and again, you can't knock them, right? Because
AJ's complaining.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, Brown had two receptions, man. Like
9 targets, 2 catches.
Yeah, like
well, so that means that in the football world, the team can say, "Your dog, we win at you 9 times."
No, but it wasn't. But I watched the game. It wasn't 9 good targets. It's like the balls, was horrible. It was horrible passes, like missing him, bad passes.
Yeah, I understand that, and you're probably right because Jalen's still developing as a passer. He's still developing as a passer, but when you go back to the coach and you go back to everyone, they'll say, "Yo, Kev tried to get you the ball 9 times, whether they were tipped bad passes, bad route, whatever it was, the attempt was there. So most times, yes, players will get upset, but you can't, in the office, it can't go but so far because 9 attempts is 9 attempts, man. That's more than most dudes get in the game, especially when you got a Saquon Barkley in your backfield and your team is predicated on something else. I understand what you guys are saying, but you know what they'll say, dog? We won a Super Bowl. And if you want out of that to not win Super Bowls, then we'll trade you and get something else. That's the way football is. Like they're not going to stunt them for it. They're not going to stunt that. They're going to be like, all right, go, bye. You don't be here, bye. See ya. Because they're the champs. And they are well-deserved to be the – because they have shown now they can win a lot of different ways. So dudes have, just got to be cool if you want to be part of a winner.
That's AJ Brown's beef. Is like there's times when we've been explosive, and it's like what he's saying is there's no balance to the game. Like there's no explosion to the game. It's just tush push this and tush push that. Now
they was explosive the first half because they was up 20-some points.
Yeah, but not on explosive plays. Like when you're a wide receiver with his talents, you know what I'm saying? Like you have to use his talents.
Well, listen, you have to use his talents if you need them.
Correct. That's a good point. Good point.
Football's about winning, man. It's a winning game.
Yeah,
that's it. If your running back is doing it, and it's not a game for the wide receivers, it is what it is. Like
not when it comes to star players, man.
No star players do. When it started last year and Saquon did what they did, who's giving back Saquon having that type of season and giving back your Super Bowl because you just want to get a few more catches? Who does that? Because if you're down to do that, then you can leave. You're not a star. That just means you're selfish. The goal is to win the game. And you do what you have to do to win. So when you're playing against, say you are playing against a team like Tampa Bay, right? And you say, we want to be explosive. Now you could do that, but I'll tell you why you don't want to be explosive. Because Tampa Bay is explosive. So if you get in that race with them, you can lose that. Right? Because they got, when he gets back, they'll have Goodwin, the new kid that they got, and Mike on what you call him. Come on, man. You don't want to get in that shootout. We want to salt the ball away. We want to run the ball, keep those dudes off the field, and win.
I get your point, DA. My point is that's not AJ Brown's makeup. AJ wants the ball too and win. He wants the ball and he wants the stats and win. That's what I'm saying. I mean, what you're saying is right.
That's not going to happen. He knew that going in.
I'm just saying, it's
not going to happen. So they'll tell him to leave. They'll tell him to leave. So.
And to be honest, I'm gonna just say this: that this is the same. These were the same discussions that happened early on last year, where guys was upset that Jalen Hurts wasn't getting them the ball, this and that, the third. And then Saquon kind of quieted all of that up. You didn't hear anything else. So as we always know in sports, winning cures everything. And you're going to hear, and we kind of see with the body language and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, if AJ Brown wants to get another ring, or at least be in contention for another ring, then he'll be easy and be the team guy. But to Ryan's point, that's why he got to Philadelphia in the first place, because he wasn't getting them touches. He wasn't getting that notoriety in Tennessee, even though it was just.
And I'm not going to belabor the point, but he didn't have a quarterback either at all. And they had what's his name? That's what.
But Tannehill's a better one. Yeah, he's a better passer than Hurts.
Yeah, but they also had Derrick Henry. So once again, there's only one ball. There's only one.
One ball. We must move on. I'll leave it like that. Let me move on. Go ahead. Let me move on. Let me move on here. Where was I at? The Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. 37-20. That game improved to a 2-2. Ravens fall to 1-3. We talked about their defense, lack of defense therein. The Ravens, that is. Mahomes, he had 270 passing yards, 4 TDs. He threw 0 interceptions. He spread the ball around to 4 different players, caught TD passes. Xavier Worthy returned from injury and caught 5 passes for 82 yards, reigniting the Chiefs' offense. Some of the Ravens, the injury spiral says this. Lamar Jackson, he left the game with a hamstring injury in the third quarter. Cooper Rush made up the rest of the game. Other key injuries was Raekwon Smith, Marlon Humphreys, Nate Wiggins, Ronnie. Just a list of people that got hurt. Derrick Henry, he ran for 42 yards only. Justice Hill did cap the day with a 71-yard TD run, but that was pretty much it. The Chiefs built a 20-10 halftime lead in the second half. Kansas City struck quickly, 6 plays for 65 yards to start the third quarter. Baltimore tried to respond with field goals, but the Chiefs matched, and they pretty much pulled away. This game was pretty much never was close to begin with. I'll give it to the DA. Your thoughts on the Ravens and the Chiefs?
The Ravens have a bad defense, had a lot of injuries, and I guess that was the perfect thing for Mr. Mahomes. And, like I said, you can't trade field goals for touchdowns, man. It's just not going to work. 7 is more than 3. And I think it's a good win, and it's good for the AFC that those guys are being at least competitive. And we'll see what they turn into when they get their dudes back. They don't even have their dudes back yet. But they still don't run the ball, really. And that's still going to hurt them. And defensively, for the most part, they still don't stop you from running the ball. So I still don't think it's like, oh, well, they're back. Not even a little bit. So it was a good win. And I leave it just that. It was just a good win against a bad team with a good name, right? They got a good name, Baltimore, but that team is no good. So that's what that is.
He's on both sides of the ball?
Their defense is horrible, man.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
The offense, if they're going to fumble, we're talking about the whole season on totality. 2 fumbles by Derrick Henry at the ends of games. Interceptions by Lamar at the ends of game. Yeah, they're horrible. They're a step up from Dallas. Real talk. Like, real talk.
Wow. Step up from Dallas. Go ahead, E. He was...
Yo, man, I just want to say I'm not picking Baltimore no more for the rest of the year. That's all I'm going to say, man. I'm done. I've tried to give them a benefit of the doubt for too long, and I'm done. Yo, man, it is crazy because Lamar will give us a performance like yesterday once or twice a year, where it looks like he has no idea. He's pressing too hard to get stuff done, and he just looks average. Like, yeah, average. That's the best way I can put it. And like we all know that this Baltimore defense before the injuries were damn near neck and neck with Cincinnati's defense. Like I don't understand how you can be this piss poor with all the names that they have on defense. I don't get it. Again, but that's a reflection on coaching. I'll leave it at that. Kansas City looks like they are back to form. Just the little floaters that Mahomes was passing, it was just over the outstretched arms of the defense, right into his players. They looked like they was all on one accord. So and the defense, say what you want. You played Lamar Jackson, probably his worst outing not probably. It was his worst outing of the year. So Baltimore has a lot of work to do. Kansas City still has some work to do, but it was a good win for Kansas City. Another bad loss for Baltimore.
Yeah, and And you can tell too, like you mentioned, Kev, getting Xavier Worthy back. Now you can see their whole playbook. You know what I'm saying? Andy Reid calling all the plays that he wants to call, because you add that speed aspect that somebody that can take the top off, off the defense, like Worthy. You have to account for him. As fast as Hollywood Brown is, he's not Worthy when it comes to that getting downfield and things of that. It's the Tyreek Hill effect when Tyreek Hill was there. He has that type of speed. So you can tell, like their first game, I believe he got hurt on like the second route, the second play of the game, when he collided with Travis Kelce. So them getting Worthy back, you can tell it gave that dynamic that the offense that dynamic that the offense needed to stretch the field, have the threat of stretching the field. Like if teams know you're not going downfield, there's no reason to even defend it. So now you're easier to defend. So that's a big deal. A big deal for Mahomes getting Worthy back. But I also think Baltimore will be just fine. To be honest with you, I think they'll be. They're 1-3 now, so I think they'll be all right. They have to get some consistency in the run game, because Derrick Henry hasn't rushed for over 50 yards in the last 3 games. He had a great week 1.
Yep.
And so we'll see how it turns out. But I think they'll be all right. A team with Derrick Henry and Lamar, and they'll figure it out. They'll get some easier, some teams, and they'll beat them, and they'll be right there.
The next 4 games, they got the Texans, they got the Rams, they got the Bears, and they got the Dolphins. So
there we go. So you're looking at what 4-3. Maybe they'll lose to the Rams. That's a possibility, but those other teams are going to beat, and they'll be right there.
Yeah. So that's that right there. Go ahead, E. You had something else, or I'm sorry, I thought I heard you.
Oh no, I'm good.
Gotcha. Let me move on to the other game, and I think Ryan had the quote of the night, and I wish D-Dub is having some internet trouble. Boy, a tie. Sunday Night Football, a tie.
Man.
Last night, I should say, they witnessed one of the rarest finishes in the NFL, a 40-40 tie. With playing is looming. How do we even evaluate a tie in today's NFL, right? So the Cowboys and the Packers came to a 40-40 tie. This is the second highest scoring tie in professional football history, behind a 43-43 AFL game back in 1969. The first tie for Dallas since 1969. Packers hadn't tied since 2018. Micah Parsons, returned to Dallas after being traded to Green Bay. As y'all know, he recorded a sack at OT and helped shell a Dallas drive and force. If y'all saw the game, pretty much was a game-saving tackle when he sacked looks like Prescott there. Dak, speaking of Dak, Prescott, he was 319 yards passing, 1 rushing TD. Jordan Love, he was 337 yards, 3 TDs, 0 interceptions. They had 7 lead changes. There were 7 lead changes in this game. And just with moments left, this was crazy, man. And when Green Bay had the ball down in Dallas's and the time was zooming, I was like, okay, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? And I didn't think they was going to be able to get that play off. And they got the play off, and there was 1 second remaining. Jordan Love threw the ball away. It was 1 second remaining, and they was able to kick the field goal. And 40-40 is the tie. He's like, and like I said, I'll give it to Ryan. Ryan had to, because D-Dub said something to the effect. He said, "Yo, what am I supposed to do with a damn tie?"
I mean.
Go ahead, Ryan.
I mean, ties been around for years. You just call them out. It just rarely happens. So it's a regular season game. They had what? They had 70 minutes to decide a winner.
Yep.
I mean, so in a regular season game, if it's a tie, it's a tie. And it's not a playoff game, of course. It's a playoff game. Somebody has to win. It's a tie. None of them deserve to win. So I'm glad it ended in a tie. Like you said. You know what I'm saying? So, they had 70 minutes to decide a winner. Nobody could stop each other. It was like playing Madden out there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not getting all up in arms about a tie in a regular season game. Who cares? You had 70 minutes to figure it out.
So let me ask you this, and I know this probably I know this will probably throw you for not throw you for a loop, but this will make you crazy. So you're not one of those people saying, "Oh, we need to go to college football."
No, man, come on.
No.
Gimmick college rules. Come on, man. Nah, man. They got an extra 10 minutes to decide a winner. They listen. Everybody bitched about nobody can get an extra possession. It's not fair. Okay, so now you give the person an extra possession. If they score a touchdown, you get an extra possession, so you might get a tie now. Right. If you had the old rules, you probably wouldn't have a tie. But because everybody gets a possession, then there you go. You're gonna have to live with ties sometimes.
Nobody's never satisfied, and I've learned that in life. They're never
exactly.
They're never satisfied. So, like you said, they said the sudden death. Oh my God! Oh no, I didn't get a possession. All right, boom. We're gonna give you a possession.
That was Josh Allen, point blank. We're
gonna shave it down from 12 to 10 minutes. All right, 10 minutes. Y'all figure it out. 70 minutes, like you said, Ryan, to figure it out. If y'all didn't, you know what? Nobody deserves one. Tie.
Tie.
What you said, DA? Go ahead.
It's Josh Allen rule, man. Josh cried because he didn't get the ball against Kansas City and they lost, and everybody was up in arms, and so now they changed it.
Knee-jerk reaction.
I will say one thing though. I'm gonna keep it very real.
Go ahead.
If you didn't watch the game, you would have thought Jordan Love just was the worst quarterback in the world. Oh, he's got to do this. He didn't throw an interception last night, man.
Yeah, they couldn't stop each other.
The kid's only been starting 4 years or 3 years. Man, stall the kid out, man. Right? Oh, you dudes on TV just ain't have nothing to talk about, so y'all just went in on that. And I'm like, there's a tie. You know, whatever. Let the defense get better. Somebody defense get better. Do something.
Gotcha.
And I mean, and can Jordan Love have a little bit more like, hey, you only gotta, there was no. He was just too cool, too calm, cool, and collected. Dude, hurry it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just wait. No sense of urgency. Yeah, dude, like. If they did the time management correctly, they could have had like 3 more plays. Correct. I mean, how about running up to the line and spiking the ball and then nothing. He was like he just let like 10 seconds just run off for no reason.
I just thought it was just me. I was like, man, hey man, are you going to get up to the line? Let's go.
Exactly. Yeah.
What was the line? What was the line? That's what I want to know. What was the betting line? That's
oh, there you go.
6.5, if anybody's wondering.
Let me move on to the next game. I'll ask E this question. The Jaguars, they defeated the 49ers yesterday, 26-21. Trevor Lawrence, who threw for 174 yards and 1 touchdown. Obviously, there's a lot more out there that we can do. That's the great thing about it. We're finding ways to win, and we still feel like we can grow a lot on offense. Former Niners star Eric Armstead's strip sack of Brock Purdy, which we'll call him quarterback X for this segment, with less than 3 minutes to play, sealed a win for the Jaguars, who are 3-1 now, that proved to be heated at the end when the coaches, Liam Cohen and Robert Saleh, they got into some back and forth about some sign stealing stuff. E, your thoughts on this game real quick before we move on.
I'm going to just say Mr. Irrelevant and this is for any quarterback. I'm not just saying this. I'm not a Niners fan first and foremost, but everybody up here will say that regardless of how much money that you're making or what the name is on the back of the jersey, you are not to turn the ball over to the other team. And Mr. Irrelevant did that not once, not twice, but 3 times. And as you can see, we talked about Trevor Lawrence here in the beginning of the year,
Right.
how things need to change for the Jaguars or what have you. He didn't turn the ball over. 21-31. None of his stats will blow you off the page, but he didn't turn the ball over. Why? Because they was able to run the ball. I will say this. I'm gonna let DA. This is his team.
No. I gave it to you.
Jacksonville is quite okay. Jacksonville is quietly 3-1 now. Very, very quietly. Nobody across the media landscape is talking about these guys. Yeah, it's just 4 games. I get it. San Fran, in my opinion, is looking old and injured. These playmakers that they've had the last 2-3 years are not the playmakers of yesteryear, and it shows. And they are putting all of the pressure on Mr. Irrelevant because now he has the money to do so, and they are having issues. The defense doesn't look as stout as they once did. Yeah, they got a lot of things to discuss, man. I mean, they're 3-1 themselves, but they probably look to be if I had a choice, if I had a vote, they are the least scariest 3-1 team. If the playoffs was to start now, that type of talk, they wouldn't get very far.
Good point.
So, shout out to Jacksonville. They played the game and they won the game. That's all, and that's it.
Gotcha. No, I was not going to direct that to DA. We're going to do like a little 2-minute drill real quick before we get out of here. The Bears, they beat the Vegas Raiders on yesterday. Geno Smith, he didn't play well. He threw the ball 3 times to the other team. Ashton Jensen,
turning the ball over.
I'm happy for him. He had his breakout game. He ran for 21 attempts and 138 yards, even though they did lose the game. And Caleb Williams, he played well. Go ahead. You was going to say?
No, I was going to say Geno Smith is another one. You can't turn the ball over, man. Like, look, you threw 3 interceptions.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. And can Geno get that look off his face? That's all I got. Just get that look off your face.
Geno is 30 plus years old. That look ain't going nowhere.
No, I mean it's just he just always looks confused. Like when something bad happens, he sulks all the time. Like I don't know. I just don't like his body language and his energy sometimes. I don't know.
Body language. Yeah, I agree with that.
That's a good point, Ryan.
I agree with that.
That look, he got that Eli Manning. Remember that? Y'all remember that look that Eli Manning always gave y'all?
Oh yeah,
like that.
I recognize.
Like, what did I do? What happened? What do you mean? What happened? You just threw a pick. God.
Now I will say one. I think he was throwing to number 16. Forgive me for not knowing the guy's name.
Yeah.
And it looks like number 16 just did not even try to extend for the ball.
Right.
And it was picked off. But then Geno comes back, the same look, and the same thing happens. I'm like, bro, what is you looking at? What are you looking at? Look.
Good point.
Oh, and one other thing I will say about these. You mentioned Genty and Hampton for I'm gonna say San Diego. They ain't no damn LA team. For the Chargers, I'm glad to see these guys finally getting off the schneid and producing. I know the other dude was having fumble issues, and Genty seems like he can never get that breakaway. So it was good to see both of these guys finally getting their just due in this week. So I just wanted to point that out.
Good point. Good point.
Sometimes it takes a little time.
Yeah, I agree. Let me go to the last game here. We want to talk about the Rams defeated the Colts 27-20. LA, the Rams are 3-1. Colts are 3-1. What's his name? As well as 88-yard TD with 133 remaining sealed the comeback for the Rams. Earlier, Donovan Mitchell appeared to score. This was embarrassing. A 76-yard reception, but fumbled just before the end zone, turning a would-be TD into a touchback. And pretty much, there you go. That miscue is magnified in hindsight. A swing of 14 points, as I said, right? Matthew Stafford, he was 29 for 41, 375, 3 TDs. He didn't throw the ball to the other team. Daniel Jones, 24 for 33, 262 yards, 1 TD, and he started throwing the ball to the other team this game. So Jonathan Taylor, he rushed for 76 yards. He rushed for a 76-yard, if you saw this, but it got called back for a penalty on Mitchell, man. So the Rams are 3-1, Colts are 3-1. I'll give it to Ryan. Your thoughts on this game before we get out of here. And we're at our peak here.
Good game. Overall, good game. Both teams made plays. It was unfortunate with the kid. I didn't think he was trying to showboat in a sense. I think he was just. I think he's just trying to move the ball and secure it. And with him trying to do it, it just kind of slipped out of his hand. I didn't think it was an egregious error by him. I just think it was just a fluke play and a mistake by him. But I didn't think he was trying to be overly taunting, and he was trying to be showboat or whatever. But it was unfortunate. But hey, the Colts, they look good, man. They had their chances. And they give up the big play to was it Atwell or something like that? To give up that long touchdown. So, but yeah, I mean, and Matthew Stafford, man, he's old now, but if you need a drive at the end of the game, he's really good at that. Matthew Stafford is really good at that. So yeah, Puka looked good. Devontae Adams is settling in. So no, they're gonna be tough. They're gonna be tough. I'm not too sold on the Colts yet. We'll see. Like I said, man, we still got a lot of games to be played before. I'm not wishing it on them, but I don't want Let's hope that Daniel Jones don't turn back into a pumpkin. That it's like the Cinderella story is over. So so we still got a lot of time left. But he's playing excellent. You got to give him credit. He's running the ball. He's passing it. One thing about the Colts, they're gonna give the ball to Jonathan Taylor. That there's no doubt about that. He's gonna touch the ball, whether it's screen passes, whether handoff, draw plays. He's gonna touch the ball. He's awesome. He's awesome. So yeah, so I'm happy. I'm happy for Daniel Jones. Since you guys ran him out of New York.
It's better for him. I know one dude turning into a pumpkin. But Kev, let's bounce. I know who the pumpkin is. Y'all see.
The Jets and the Dolphins are leading the Jets at 10-3 at the half. I guess the other game started. I think that game started at 8:00, man. But hey, we're gonna get on out of here. Hey, look for us on Thursday. Hey, we'll be covering all the rest of the sports, man. We got MLB. The playoffs are about to start. The wild card start up tomorrow. The WNBA. They got Ryan. Real quick, give us 30 seconds on the WNBA. Real quick.
Real quick, we got Game 5 tomorrow with the Indiana Fever at the Las Vegas Aces. Fever with a big win yesterday, forcing a game 5. And unfortunately, for Minnesota, the number 1 seed, Nafisa Collar got hurt again, sprained her ankle. They battled. They had a 14-point lead going into the fourth quarter against the Mercury in Phoenix. But the Mercury stormed back and stole the game, and that's 2 blown leads now for Minnesota. They had a 20-point lead in Game 2 and blew that, and now a 14-point lead in Game 4 and blew that. So you can't, it's tough, right? It's tough. So now we have the Aces or the Fever that's going to be in the championship against the Phoenix Mercury.
There you have it. So Look for us on Thursday as we cover everything, man. Listen, we're going to get on out of here. On behalf of myself, I'm Kevin L. Warren, for the DA, for the Angry One, for Ryan, for Daryl D. Dubs, for Dan, for Mike Mills. Yo, this is the Sports Chasers podcast. Y'all be good, be great. Hey, we'll catch you on Thursday, 7 p.m. Peace.
That's a wrap for today's episode of the Sports Chasers podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and your favorite podcast platforms, and connect with us on all social media channels for exclusive content and updates. We'd also love for you to join the conversation, share your thoughts, and become part of the Sports Chasers community. And remember to tune in next time for some more real sports talk. Until then, stay frosty.